Welcome back. Now, it's a Tuesday, and we have so many interesting conversations that happen on Tuesdays. Now, a friend of the family, a friend of the house, has just popped back into our new home, and her name is Dr. Tolu Okoigaire. Now, she is amazing. She is She's the executive director of the Chartered Institute of Counseling of Nigeria, and she is also known as the Fixer. She's a well-known sex therapist and so much more. It's great to have you back in the building.
Thank you. I love it.
Yes.
I love it, and good to see you. Great job you are doing. Yeah.
Thank you. So I was going through your profile from when we last saw you till now. So many books have come out and so much has been happening. Please let us in on the world of the Fixer right now.
Yeah, so I mean, from the last time that we saw to now, personally, I've been to, so I represented, let me say Africa, at a global stage, World Sexuality Conference.
Interesting.
It's the 54th edition, and that's the first time an African will be going there.
Wow.
So I was there, you know, as a sex therapist from Africa. That was a big one for me. Of course, and you know, I run the Institute of Counseling in Nigeria.
Yes.
And we became chartered. So we became Chartered Institute of Counseling in Nigeria, where we train counselors. And of course, my books, you know, I wrote, in fact, some of these books I've been writing them for the last 12 years. Wow. I've not been able to tidy it up, you know, due to my schedule. So I put them together and I was able to launch them. Yeah. Right. So, and then in the field of, so counseling, mental health, sex therapy, more clients, I mean, a lot of awareness.
I'm gonna pause you on that now because there's a lot that happens in your world.
Yeah.
But, you know, being an intimacy therapist for so long, of course, how it started is not how it is right now. How more accepted is the concept of intimacy therapy now?
I think, I mean, people don't even, they don't have, I don't know if I have to put it, you just have to accept it. Okay. Because we are all sexual beings. Okay. And we are relationship beings. You know, we thrive on relationship. Okay. So we all want to do better. We want to love and be loved in return. Of course. So intimacy is something that you just generally need to warm up to. But the secrecy part, you know, the fact that it's difficult to come out and talk about it. Sure. Social media has also made that easy. You get to see a lot of people. Whether they are saying the right or the wrong thing does not matter.
But at least they're
they are saying something, right? And again, so in the field of sex therapy, I see a lot of sex coaches. Okay. In the field, the marriage counseling, the Chartered Institute of Counseling in Nigeria. You know, we are raising a lot of marriage counselors. Every year we graduate at least in that particular field, like 30 people who are well trained as marriage counselors who can go out there and help people to solve their intimacy and mental health problems. So people are accepting it because, I mean, it's just part of life. You know, there's a way situations will get to, and then you just need to seek for help.
So I want to touch on this. You know, you mentioned marriage counseling now. Now, marriage counseling was probably happening more in the religious organizations than ever before. Yeah. And now we're having every year more marriage counselors getting certified. Yeah. There is a reason why you mentioned mental health when it comes to marriage counseling. I want to touch a bit on that because some of these...
That's a beautiful question.
So right now there are some couples that don't realize that maybe their spouse or even both of them have some mental challenges or mental health issues that they've not dealt with, and it's affecting their relationships.
So as much as this could be ambiguous, generally speaking, I know there are exemptions. I doubt if you can be raised by an African parent and you will not be dysfunctional. Wow. Yeah, to some extent. I doubt it. So the trauma is massive. You know, talking about poverty, talking about parenting style, talking about culture, the environment, the religious factor, all of these things has affected the way you think. So the way you can't also love beyond the way you think. You know, the way you love, your attachment style, everything is connected to your parent, to your environment, to the religion. Yeah. So that is the same person that you are carrying into marriage. Sure. So marriage counseling is not just two people that you are bringing together. So what happened? Yeah. What did she do to you? Yeah. No, you are going beyond that. You need to see the man behind the mask and the woman behind the mask. And that is mental health. If you don't deal with that, you can't solve most of these marital problems.
So some of these marital problems and even intimacy problems are linked to mental health.
Exactly.
In a very deep way.
It's deep.
So it's not deep. What did he do to you? What did she say to you?
See, sometimes the person even wants to say, oh, I will not. The person will change at that moment. Say, oh, I will not do it again. I don't even know why I'm doing it. As soon as the person is stepping on, the person is doing it again because they condition it. He doesn't know better than to do it that way. Okay. It's already conditioned. It's a hard way.
Even in terms of some of your books here, you have you have one called the ABC of Lovemaking, for instance. Yeah. The ABC of Lovemaking, one might think of it in a sort of carnal way, but I know that it goes deeper than that.
Yes.
Because these relationships are built on a foundation that might not be so steady. So let's talk a bit about that book.
So for ABC of Lovemaking, like I've been a sex therapist, so I could say I've been practicing intimacy for like 16 years, professionally like 10 years. Yeah. And I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of couples. I've seen the issues that they are dealing with. That was why I wrote that book. It's more like, I call it your sex Bible. Just pick it, whatever you need to know. So it's more like, you know, sex therapy is not sex in quotes per se. Okay. It's intimacy, it's deep, it's emotional connection, it's sexuality, it's anatomy of, you know, human sexuality. All of that are involved in intimacy. So the book just helps you to break it down. You know, whether you are just getting, especially a lot of people that are getting married, maybe as they have been celibate for some time, and then they are getting married, or people that are getting married as virgins, because I have that, I see those particular set of people where they're always struggling with intimacy.
They have challenges.
You know, immediately they get married, you know, it's like the first night, they're like, oh, this is not what I'm expecting. And so whether you are in that situation or you've been doing it for a while, and a lot of African couples, Nigerian couples are not. They are not
romantic.
They are not. They're not romantic. It's even too far. They're not having sex.
Okay, they're not being intimate. They're not having actual intercourse.
Yeah.
As I've seen quite a few posts where, you know, there's one party or the other talking about just being a roommate.
A lot of Nigerian
couples are just
sexless
roommates.
marriages.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
So. Now, this issue of lovemaking, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is it to the success of a marriage?
Can a marriage even succeed without intimacy? Is it possible for a marriage to succeed without intimacy? It's very difficult, except maybe, you know, there's a medical challenge and the person, even with that, the challenges will still be enormous for them. So if you ask me, I will even say 10 over 10.
10 over 10.
10 over 10.
Okay.
I mean, you see people, we are talking, people say, oh, money. Of course, we know that Nigerians will like money.
Sure.
But you say money.
There are some that have chosen money.
Even with the money.
Okay.
If you choose money, look at, that's why you see a lot of people that are married to maybe people that are older, and then they are not able to meet up with their needs. Yeah. You see them trying to look for alternative even with all the money. You know, so that's to let you know that you can have all the money, but if this part is not working, in fact, it's so spiritual that you feel like nothing is working if it's not working.
I have a few of your other books here, When Love Languages Hurt, and then What's Really Going On Down There. That's a conversation.
Yeah.
For women's eyes only.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Not really?
Men actually need it more than women.
Okay.
Because they are the one that asks the question the most.
Okay. All right. So we can't ask any of those questions here. We're a breakfast show. Yeah. But let's talk a little bit about, you know, your journey training so many other counselors.
Yeah.
I feel like before you can train people to do something, there's a lot of unlearning that has to happen.
Oh my. What
have you noted with a lot of your students?
So when you come into the Chartered Institute of Counseling, the first slide that you see on the first day of your training after the orientation says, I used to be normal. Oh, wow. But I am now a counselor. That's the first image that
you used to be normal.
I used to be normal.
Okay.
But I'm now a counselor.
Break that down, please, Doctor.
So You need to, and we will tell you, the first training we'll give you is, you cannot give what you do not have. And when we say you cannot give it's not like, oh, you need to be married to be a marriage counselor. That's not the point. The thing is, you need to deal with your own trauma. You need to go through this journey of self-awareness. Even if you are not there, you need to begin the journey before you can begin to help other people. Okay. Imagine if you are somebody that has been raped by your father, for example, and you are still living with that trauma. And then a teenage walk into your session and say, oh, my daddy is raping me. You want to carry gun and go and shoot that man. Like, are you mad? Because of the trauma. So you are responding and reacting instead of intervening. Right? Because of your trauma that you have not dealt with. So the first person you need to deal with is yourself. It doesn't mean that you're going to be better, you're going to be fully there, but you will understand your challenges, you will understand your strengths, your weaknesses, your trauma, and then you begin to work on them. If you don't deal with that, you can't even be a therapist.
So are you saying that all of the therapists you have essentially graduated have therapists?
Of course,
you have to have a therapist before you can become one.
100%. You can't be a therapist with that, and you can also be your number one client.
Okay.
So you are learning, you are working on yourself. You are more self-aware. You are more self-conscious. Some of the things that are happening that you are not noticing before, you are beginning to notice them, and then you have therapists as well that that are helping you. You cannot be a therapist without being your own therapist.
Dr. Tolu, it's always a pleasure to see you, to talk to you. You are coming back here very soon. We can't wait to go through your books, maybe on the book chat segment sometime soon.
Maybe.
We'll definitely be looking forward to seeing what you're doing next. We'll be looking out for you on LinkedIn as well. I know you're very active on LinkedIn.
Yes.
I'll be checking you out. All right then, guys, if you have questions, use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC, and let's see if we can connect you with the doctor and see if we can get some of them answered. We have a quick break coming your way. Stay with us.